Are we back to another podcast today?
Yes, sir. So, we've been driving a lot recently.
A lot of miles,
So
baby.
we're
A lot of
gonna
miles.
talk
Don't talk
about
over me ever
driving.
again.
Wow. So,
Don't. It's about being courteous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Courteous on the road, brother.
It is. So that's what we're talking about today. I don't have my driver's license yet. I'm not
He's
gonna
working on it.
I'm not gonna tell you my age because that's too personal. Don't be like reading my biography or something.
He should be getting his driver's
But
license. Put it that way.
I will be getting my driver's license at some point, and we have a few things that we don't talk about being courteous on the road.
Hold on. Before we start that, is there
I can't hear you. Dumbass.
Before we do that, is there a proper way to do the banana? I'm doing it from the bottom. Is that right?
I think I've learned that you're actually supposed to do it from the bottom because that's the way the monkey.
Because when you do the top, it smashes it. I think it doesn't work right. So I think if you do it from the bottom, it's better.
If you look up any monkey, I think they do it from the bottom.
If you look up any monkey.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
sorry.
Not like on Google Images, but I mean, there should be like no.
Proper.
Monkey opening a banana, and you can probably find it just on Google.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. Sorry to sideline that. I just was curious. Go ahead.
So anyways, one thing that happened to us on the road one time is we were going home, and we were driving down a 2-lane road to a stoplight, and in the right lane there was a semi-truck that was stopping for a delivery. I think, dude, get out of here, Wasp. Get out of here, dude. Can you get out of here? Get out of here. Whoa.
They've always said working with live animals is difficult. So there you go. You have a wasp as a
So
pet.
there was a guy in the truck in the right lane doing delivery, and we were driving in the left lane, and there was a guy in our right lane driving next to us, and of course there's Subaru. One of two, a Subaru and a Prius. Those are very similar people. so,
We're not stereotyping. I promise you.
so we're driving side by side, and he swerves into our lane fully, taking over our lane with no signal, no braking or anything. We both go around, and we don't fully let him in our lane because we think it's ridiculous.
I have oncoming traffic in my left lane. There's nowhere for me to go except for a
there's
head-on
nowhere to
collision.
go.
So there's no option for me to do anything at that point. But go forward. Come on.
So he honks his horn at us, and we pull up at the stoplight. He pulls up next to us, and he flips us off immediately. Just comes up to the window and flips us off, and I am so confused because he was the one that cut us off, and now he's being rude to us. All he had to do was the proper thing would be brake and then signal. You don't just go into somebody's lane.
I'm in full agreement. You're right.
So that was a very weird experience.
Yeah, so he was really mad at us, and so we basically, I think we were. He told us to be more polite. That was it.
He told us you should be more respectful.
More
Or
respectful.
something.
That was it. More respectful. Yeah.
None of this was our fault. We're just driving in our lane straight, never got out of our lane. We didn't do anything. And we rolled down the window and we were like, dude, you swerved into our lane. And then he was speechless and drove away.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we gave him any graphic gestures or said
No, we
anything
didn't
rude.
do
We were
anything.
actually pretty decent about that experience. I thought so.
Yeah. But that's the first one. What's the second one?
You have another experience?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Another one was we were at Home Depot one time. Working
Oh,
on the house.
I do
we
know.
go to Home Depot often, and we will be when we go back home. And we were there. We walked in the front door, and we were shopping. And I think there was an old lady who
Hold
was
on.
parking.
Just to set the mood, right as you walk in the Home Depot, to the left is the return aisle. So we happen to stand in line in the return aisle. So every time the door opens, you're just exposed to the parking lot.
Yeah. So outside of the door where we were standing inside, there was an old woman who was parking, and she was slowly backing up and doing her thing to make sure that she was in her parking spot. And there was this jackass that put her right behind her, blowing his horn over and over and over again for her to get out of the way so he can go park. And it was the craziest thing. He just kept honking and honking. It was so
Yeah, he was
weird.
creating quite a scene for everyone in the store and in the parking lot. It was pretty wild.
He was just so mad just because he was so impatient to get in the return line. Yeah, that's right. We saw him in the return line.
Yeah, a couple minutes later,
Only
he
a
was right
minute
behind
later.
us. Right, he showed up right behind us in the return line. He was crazy.
So weird.
But you know, that leads me to another portion of the same topic, is that you do have to be careful with people out there, because people are a little crazy, and you know, sometimes people do stupid shit to you, and you want to retaliate. I'd say it's not worth it. I mean, you're not gonna let them take advantage of you. Don't get me wrong, but just stupid stuff like, you know, cutting you off or something like that. No reason to race up and do your thing. You know, it's like it's just people they're pulling out guns nowadays and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Live your life, live long, prosper. Don't do anything stupid. Let idiots be idiots. Move on and be a positive force in the world. You know.
Well, the other thing is, it's not worth messing with other people. Like, if you have a bad day, not everyone else is gonna know that. So you may be more aggressive towards others than they know, and so that's why some people may be mad on the road. I mean, I swear we've seen people flip us off in the weirdest moments. Like, they cut behind us. It's the most random stuff I've ever seen, and people will just flip you off. So,
but I think that's a good point, because and what I try to envision nowadays, as a, you know, as you put a few more years into your driving belt there, and you experience a lot of things, you know, maybe their kid's in the hospital and they're racing to get to the hospital, or their mom is, or something weird. I mean, you never know what's going on in people's lives. I give them benefit of the doubt, honestly, for the most part. Some people are just jackasses, don't get me wrong.
The best thing to do is just let the people go. Obviously, there's people who are always going to be jerks on the road, but there's also situations where it's just best to let them go.
Yeah, so Johnny's going to start driving pretty soon. I mean, he has been starting, but I don't think he wants to drive the long miles that I actually put on, so I think that's why he's dodging out of driving.
No,
Is that true? What truth is that? Dude, we put thousands of miles on the road. You could be driving all the time if you just finished that little bit of paperwork.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think he wants it.
Okay, guys, go do something fun. Go explore like we're talking about. Be careful on those roads. And we'll catch you guys on the next adventure.
Be courteous to each other.
I got too much on my mind, I got too much on my plate. You just wanna know, child.